Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mokam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkripatmaham bande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Iswaram. Everyone loudly, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
The main obstacle in the path of devotional service is explained by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We have our own reasoning why we are not able to progress rapidly in the path of devotional service. And I'm sure you all have very, very interesting reasoning. One of them could be, getting enough sleep, getting enough prasad. The other person got a little bit more than you. Or, when you came to the temple, you're not shown the respect that you deserve. Or you're very discouraged because your hair is falling off. Or the other person looks a little bit more handsome than you. Or the other person has progressed materially more than you. Therefore, you're down, you're discouraged. And I'm sure you'll have very, very logical millions of reasoning why we are not able to progress rapidly. And if a paper is given to you now, and you're asked to put down 51 reasoning why you're not able to progress, I'm sure you'll come up with maybe 501 many reasoning. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur speaks about 4 reasoning. We will not speak about the other 3, maybe some other day. But today, we want to focus on the first reasoning. And he names it as Tattva Vibhram. Can you repeat?
Tattva Vibhram.
Tattva means a very, very important principal points. One is Jiva Tattva, you have Vishnu Tattva, you have Shiva Tattva. We are not very conscious about all this. We are not very conscious about ourselves. We're not very conscious about Krishna. We're not very conscious about the devotees. We're not very conscious about the holy name. We're not very conscious about the holy dham. We're not very conscious about the scriptures. Like some of us, we truly feel we're very intelligent. And some of us think, we are. What do you mean? We are handsome. What are you talking about? And very popular statement, especially in India, you don't see this so much outside. This sentence, you know who I am? And what is behind that statement? You can imagine. And sometimes he's really nobody. I was in a car with one of my relatives. He's not a devotee. And we were in Midnapur. And he was sitting in the front, I was sitting in the back, and there was a strike, all Bengal strike. And naturally, he said, "Don't worry, I can take you on the road, and it's not an issue." I saw his confidence, I got carried away. I really got carried away. I was like, so much confidence, he's saying, "Chalo." So, for sure, within half an hour, the road was blocked, there was hundreds of people there, they were all screaming at, and then they saw me. So it's like, Sadhu, he said, "Hey, Maharaj, you're not following the rules. How will everybody follow?" So my relative is sitting in the front, he's not saying anything, he's keeping quiet. And then he just told me, just wait. So, he's sitting in the front like this. Like he's, with a very straight face, serious face. Then at one point, he just got down from the car and he used this famous sentence. "You know who I am?" He's actually nobody. I know him, he's actually nobody. But the way he got down, like this, he had two phones. So he put the two phones together so people think he's important, right? Because he has two phones. And just the way he said, "You know who I am? Need me to call?" Those people really got confused. इसके साथ पंगा नहीं लेना है. No need to get into trouble. अरे चलो छोड़ दो, one car, just leave it, let him go. That day I really realized what is Bhaktivinoda Thakur speaking about Tattva Vibram. And that is something that we need to realize. We have so many coverings, about ourselves. Forget about Krishna, forget about Maya Devi, Mahadev, and about this world. Forget about all that. There are certain convictions that we have about ourselves. First of all, sometimes we really think we are not in Kali Yuga, we are in Satya Yuga. Don't you feel sometimes? Something happens nice to us, we think we're in, cloud 9, flying in the sky like we're in Satya Yuga. Little bit talent. Every human being is born with a beautiful talent, very unique to other devotees. Each of you are born with a very unique talent. Krishna has given you so much. But naturally, when we become egoistic about those qualities or nature that we have that could be dovetailed in such a nice way in Krishna's service, but then is misused. We have so many misconceptions about ourselves, about the situation that we are in. And the situation is, two goats are brought in front of Mother Kali to be sacrificed. One goat is tied up, ready to be sacrificed, and the other goat, he has to wait, no? So he is given some grass to eat, and he is in his own world, like nothing is going to happen to him. And he is very happily eating the grass, not knowing that he is the next to be chopped off. That is our situation. So sensitive, so dangerous. But because of this misconception that we have about ourselves, we don't care. Because of not realizing our real situation, we are not able to progress in a rapid way that we should be. We take things in a very, very granted way. We take things so granted. Like, I'm here now. What is the problem? I'm here. Nothing's going to happen to me. Even though he has seen, he has realized in many occasions that this world is temporary. Everything will be snatched away from us at any moment. Still, our behavior is such that nothing's going to happen to us, and because of that, we're not able to progress. And therefore, it is very, very important that once in a while, take some time off. Take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes a day, do this every day. Be grounded, be realistic. Prabhupada did the same thing. And Prabhupada, he writes, বৃন্দাবন ধামে আমি বসে আছি একা এ ভাবনা মধ্যে মধ্যে দেয় মোরে দেখা I'm sitting here alone in Vrindavan and I'm introspecting. I'm introspecting about me, about my relatives, about everything. Now I realize, my Lord. So this realization about ourselves and our connection to Krishna will come when we are above Tattva Vibhra. Unless and until we come to that level, it becomes very, very difficult, because can you imagine, we have this conception about ourselves. So talented, so healthy, so beautiful, so this, so that. Why would you come and bow down to somebody? And therefore this culture has come. Like this. How are you? Okay? You're good, no? And then this culture. Nice to meet you. It's not Indian culture. Even in the Karmi world, now people talk about that our Prime Minister has, popularized this Namaste. Now you'll see many leaders around the world, they do this. Bow down to someone, especially understanding that other person is also connected to Krishna. You know how much spiritual strength it gives you. I am saying Hare Krishna to someone with folded hands, knowing that he is also part and parcel of Krishna. How that makes you Krishna conscious. Sarvatra Dekitar Ishtadeva Spurti. This is the highest stage. Godavari Deki Hoila Jamuna Smara, Tirevarna Deki Smriti Hoila Vrindhavan. Mahaprabhu saw the Godavari river. He thought it was Yamuna. He saw the forest on the bank of Godavari. He thought it was Vrindavan. He is saying Krishna everywhere. I see Hare Krishna with folded hands, understanding that you are also in part and parcel of Krishna. How that enhances my Krishna consciousness. What does ISKCON stand for? Can you tell me? What does ISKCON stand for? So it's a society that has people from all over the world. But what is the purpose? One more time? Up, one more time? So this Tattva Vibram, we have to come above that state that even if someone says Hare Krishna to me, he might be junior to me, but with folded hands, if I tell him Hare Krishna, it takes some courage to fold your hands in front of your juniors. Last time, you remember I told you this story about Tamal Krishna Maharaj and Prabhupada? You remember?
China.
Huh?
About China.
About?
China.
No, not about China. I didn't tell you the story. Prabhupada. Okay, let me just tell you, repeat one more time. If you heard it, good. If you didn't hear, you heard, learn something new. Are ready?
Yes.
Say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
This was in 1977. And Prabhupada, he stopped eating. He stopped drinking. Hardly he would take something. And this was the time when Bhakti Chora Maharaj, even though Prabhupada was not eating, he would cook every day, full lunch. So one day Prabhupada called Bhakti Chora Maharaj and he said, "Why are you cooking for me every day? You know I am not eating." And Bhakti Chora Maharaj said, "Prabhupada, I am cooking with the hope that one day you will tell me, bring me some prasad and I can bring it to you." See that consciousness? With the hope that you would tell me that you want something and I can bring it to you. See how Prabhupada conscious Bhakti Chora Maharaj was. So this was the time that Prabhupada was not eating anything, he was hardly drinking anything. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj, he was thinking how to encourage Prabhupada to stay back, Because when a pure devotee decides to go, nothing can stop him. That's like when Haridas Thakur decided to go. And Mahaprabhu tried, "Why do you want to leave before me? You know that all my pastimes are with you. Why do you want to go?" Then Haridas Thakur said, "My Lord, if an ant dies, the earth planet is not bewildered. Nothing is lost to the earth planet because of an ant left his or her body. Similarly, my Lord, let me go." Then Mahaprabhu said that Krishna is very merciful. He is always ready to fulfill the desire of his devotees. And the next day Haridas Thakur left. So Tamal Krishna Maharaj was trying to see how to encourage Prabhupada. How to encourage Prabhupada. So what you do, every single day, you will tell, "Prabhupada, so many books have been distributed. Today, a new center has opened in this place. This book has been translated in this language. Prabhupada, so many devotees came to see you." Like every day you'd go to the Prabhupada and tell so many amazing achievements of ISKCON. And Prabhupada would be so pleased. And because Prabhupada was lying down, he could hardly move. So Prabhupada would, Tamal Krishna Maharaj would take Prabhupada's hand and go like this and tell Prabhupada, this has so many devotees, so many books, so many centers, this, that, and Prabhupada would listen and be very pleased. So one day Krishna Maharaj came and he was giving this type of reports. Prabhupada took Krishna Maharaj's hand and he said, "You are a Vaishnava." This is Prabhupada telling Krishna Maharaj, "You are a Vaishnava. Please bless me that I always remember Krishna." I am speaking about one of you with folded hands saying Hare Krishna to someone who's junior to you. Okay? Here is ISKCON's founder Acharya, savior of the whole world, telling Krishna Maharaj that you are a Vaishnava. Please bless me that I will always remember Krishna. What kind of spiritual position did Prabhupada have? To show such humility. Simply even bow down, folded hands to chant, tell someone Hare Krishna. It makes you Krishna conscious. Once we do that as a habit, you will see slowly, we will be able to overcome the stages of Tattva Vibhrama. Whatever misconception that we have about ourselves, is very important that we get rid of that. What is the size of the soul? 1/10,000 tip of your head. What is the size of your body? You don't know? Seriously? 5 feet what? Huh? 5 feet 6? 5 feet 10? Oh, you're quite tall. See what I'm saying? The external covering is 5 feet 10. Imagine someone has a big muscle and the 6 packs and a little bit of nice head and a little bit of position, a little bit of influence, a little bit of power, some nice house, he has a car, he has a good job. What type of covering it gives to the little soul the size of 1/10,000 tip of the hair. We are so focused on external that we have forgotten the real identity. It's like the scripture says, no? It's like the bird in the cage. You're so focused on the cage, cleaning the cage, bringing everyone to sew the cage, but you have forgotten that there's a bird inside that we need to take care of that. This is exactly what is happening to us. Mahaprabhu speaking to Gadadhar Pandit, with tears in his eyes, Mahaprabhu is speaking to Gadadhar Pandit saying, "My dear Gadadhar, you're so fortunate." Who's that kid? He needs to be taken care of. Okay, Haribol. So, that you're so fortunate from your childhood, you're a devotee. Look at me. From my childhood, I was so naughty. Always into arguing with everyone. Didn't spare anyone. You have so much love for Krishna. I do not have a tinge of that love. And Mahaprabhu profusely crying. Why? Because he has no love. He has wasted his life in arguing and in studying. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Bardhakya ekhon bhakati vinod kadiya katara oti na bhojiya tore din britha gelo ekhono ki hobe goti. My dear Lord, what will happen to me? What is my destination? Ekhono ki hobe goti? Because from my birth till my old age, I have never surrendered to you because of Tattva Vipram. Now I am trying. Kadiya katara hoti. Now I have realized little bit. Na bhajiya tore din britha gelo. I have wasted my life not worshipping you. My Lord, what will happen to me now? But all of you are very, very fortunate that at a young age, you have come in contact with Krishna consciousness. You see what I said? You heard what I said? What did I say the last sentence? That you have come in contact with Krishna consciousness. That you have come in contact with a culture that teaches you how to become Krishna conscious. You have come to a society that teaches you how to become Krishna conscious. The very lifestyle of ISKCON is to make sure that you are Krishna conscious. Prabhupada was in Calcutta in his room. You have been to Calcutta room, no? Prabhupada. And Abhiram Prabhu, he just entered Prabhupada's room, that same room. Prabhupada took his Brahmin thread. He walked in, Abhiram Prabhu walked in, and he saw Prabhupada going to the bathroom. And he was putting this Brahmin thread in his ear, and he was talking to himself. And he was saying, there is not a single moment that I can remember that I have forgotten Krishna. There is not a single moment that I do not think of Krishna. He was just speaking to himself, putting the Brahmin thread and we were going to the bathroom. And Abhiram Prabhu just happened to be just like, this consciousness of each of us, it's very important that the very purpose of human life is to be Krishna conscious. Krishna says in the Gita, no? Yat karosi, yadasnasi, yat yuhosi, dadasi, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. The purpose of our very existence, the purpose of whatever we do, all our endeavor, everything is meant to remind us of Krishna. And therefore, it is one of the Vaishnava aparat that when you meet a Vaishnava, you don't smile, you don't welcome, you don't say Hare Krishna smilingly. It's an aparat. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
You can imagine how many aparat you did yesterday. It is described by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Navati Mahatmya that have you been to a Shiva temple? Who has been to a Shiva temple? Raise your hand. You're thinking? Have you been to a Shiva temple? Shiva, Lord Shiva, Mahadev. And so I have to say Mahadev. Is there anyone who has visited a temple of Mahadev, Lord Shiva? Please raise your hand. Why you go like this? Give raise your hand, it's okay. I know you can burn some calorie also like that. You know? 2-3 calories can burn. Okay. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that when a devotee goes to Mahadev's temple, he's so happy. When he put on tilak, dressed in a Vaishnava, you chant Hare Krishna, and you go in front of Mahadev. Where are you from? Where's your birthplace?
Andhra Pradesh.
Andhra Pradesh. What language they speak? Telugu. So he's from Andhra Pradesh, speaks Telugu. How many people speaks Telugu here? 1, 2. So you have 2 devotees you can speak to Telugu with. Imagine these 2 devotees are not here. Okay? No one speaks the language Telugu. And now you're in Dhanbad. Dhanbad is a very prominent place. Imagine you have gone to some remote place in Jharkhand where everyone speaks only the local language in Jharkhand style Hindi. And you just came from Andhra Pradesh. And everyone's speaking to you in their own language. And you're like, I mean, you understand, But then after finally, suddenly in the remote place that you stayed, suddenly somebody comes from Andhra Pradesh and starts speaking to you in Telugu and brings you that food that you like. What do you like? I don't know what that is, but he brings that item that you like and comes from Andhra Pradesh and speaks the language and can, you can relate to them, no? Much more. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains when Lord Shiva sees a devotee, his feeling is like that. Because everybody else comes to him. Give me this, give me that, all material things. They don't chant Hare Krishna. All come with material desire and dump all their problems on Lord Shiva. Please take care of my stomach pain. Please take care of my disease. Please take care of my relative's exam. Please take care of, I need this, I need that. And they put some water on him and then ask all this. And then Hare Bol. Nice business deal. Hare Krishna, I give you some water and you give me all this. Here comes the devotee. Kshiram yatha dadivikara vishesha yoga sanjayate na hitata pritagasti heto yasambutang apitata samupaiti karyat govind nadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Har Har Mahadev. Vaishnavan yatha sambhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. My dear Lord Shiva, the greatest of Vaishnava, you are also not different from the Lord. You are so kind. I have come here at your lotus feet. Please bless me, my Lord, so that I can chant the holy name with a pure heart. Please bless me that I can achieve the lotus feet of Krishna. How happy Lord Shiva is. Lord Shiva is someone who can really help us with this tattva vibram problem that we have. Of course, now it's a little bit winter, but there are 4 AC in this room. Right? So you don't have a problem in winter. You don't have a problem in summer. Electricity is there. Nice sound system. How many times prasad you have?
3 times.
3 times. And nice prasad you have, nice facilities you have. Where does Lord Shiva live? He has AC? He's so oblivious to this opulence of material world. One of the reasons Lord Shiva lives like that is to show to all of us the more attached we are to this material world in any form, will be entangled. So he just lives like that. Under a tree, Haribol. The purpose of our human life is to be Krishna conscious. What is stopping us is tattva vibram. is we have this amazing conception about us that we are somebody. You know who I am? Amazing. And like I give that example of my relative. Sometimes it works. And then because it works sometimes, you think really I'm that person which I am not. And it really, really puts us into trouble. Therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Alpa Ayu, our lifespan is very short. And interesting is about this Alpa Ayu, this short life is the when you're going through a good time, feels very small. When you're going through a bad time, that one day, it feels like 1 year. When you're going through the good times, the time goes very fast. Bad times, you just pray. You know, you go to an astrologer and you ask, how long this will last for? How long more? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains, Alpa Ayu, even though our lifespan is very small, but Bohu Pida. Pida means suffering. Alpa and Bohu. You see that? Alpa means little. Bohu means Bahut. So, lifespan is Alpa and suffering is Bahut. This is the uniqueness of this world. Alpa Ayu Bohu Pida. Bal. Bal means strength. Buddhi, intelligence, ras. So everything is little. Intelligence, very little intelligence. Strength, very little strength. Ayu, very little. What is Bahut? How long does it take to eat one time? Tell me. How long does it take for you to take breakfast? 15 minutes? 20 minutes? Okay, 15, 20 minutes. Okay, so 15, 20 minutes to eat. How long does it take to prepare?
2 hours.
And then how long does it take to get that money to buy the stuff?
8 hours.
Then how long does it take for the farmers to grow them on the field?
6 months.
You understand? It's a very simple example. Alpayu Bahupida is the example. This phone, you have this phone. What is behind this phone? How much energy, how much hard work went? Same thing with married life. Don't mind. Hare Krishna. Same thing. There's nothing wrong with it as long as you know what you're getting into it. That's all. Brahmacharya ashram. Some things are there. You have to see. This is the things that we need to understand. Once you understand, then this Tattva Vipram stage will disappear. Everything is in this world is suffering very extended way. You know, we say, no? Indian stretchable time. You know what does that mean? It's like someone, Prabhu, 1 minute, huh? 1 minute. My Guru Maharaj, Jagata Maharaj used to say, in Bangladesh, they want to invite him in their house. They use the word 1 second. He said, Guru Maharaj, just 1 second. 1 second. This is the nature of this world. This indian-stretchable time. That means a stretchable period of time for suffering. But how much time you have left? Very small. Everything is reducing. Suffering is increasing. অল্প আয়ু বহু পীড়া বলবৃত্তিহাস এই সব উপদ্রব জীব কইল গ্রাস. So all this situation is completely flooding the living entities. It is, what's the word? Swallowing. That's the right word. We have been swallowed. Grass. We've been swallowed by the energy of material existence. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, seeing our situation, Prabhu tumi jiber mongol chinta kori. My dear Lord, seeing our pathetic condition, you being the most merciful Lord, Koli Juge Naam Rupe Swayam Avatari. You came to this world in the form of the holy name. Why? Because of whatever we have explained as of now. You not only came in the form of the holy name, but you came in the form of your own devotee and spread that holy name. নামে স্মরণ আর নাম সংকীর্তন এই মাত্র ধর্মজীব করিবে পালন. Holy name is the only way. So this is what I wanted to say today, is that come down. Now most of us are flying in the sky with this misconception about ourselves. Come to reality. Touch your lotus feet down on earth planet. Be merciful to yourself. You know, sometimes we say, please listen to this carefully. And I genuinely mean it. Please be nice to yourself. Nice to yourself means realize who you are, what our situation is, and the current stage of our consciousness. We can't even chant Hare Krishna properly and then we think we are somebody. This devotee went to Prabhupada and asked, I forgot his name. He said, Prabhupada, I am chanting Hare Krishna, I am following the four regulative principles, but I wonder, will I be able to become a good devotee one day, pure devotee one day? Because the more I read about what a pure devotee is, I just like, will that day be ever mine? When I will actually be a good devotee? And Prabhupada kept on walking. He was chanting in his room, walking up and down. He didn't say anything. This devotee was completely devastated. Asking something, Prabhupada was not saying anything. Then at one point Prabhupada said, yes, for sure, you'll become a pure devotee one day, but it may take some time, but you're in the right process. So that conviction that yes, it will happen. I am in the right process, but it may take some time. This contemplation about ourselves genuinely. Sometime in Japa retreat, one of the things that we do, I don't know if Narugopal Prabhu has done here, is that we give, of course everyone brings a notebook, just like some of you have your notebook. Just imagine, you don't have to do it. If I tell you that between 1 and 10, 10 is Sudhana. Okay? That's the highest. Between 1 and 10, where you are right now, as far as your chanting is concerned, would you give 1 to yourself? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What would you do? Now, if I tell you, the later on, please give me that page for me to see, most likely you will put 5, 6, 7. Right? Now, if I tell you, you don't have to give it to anybody. No one will say this, just for you. You might put 2 or 3, maybe 1. I have seen devotees bring the paper to me with 0, -0. Because I asked him, so why did you put this minus? He says, I'm just chanting because that's your system here. I have no feelings, I have nothing. I just do it because, just like there is nothing. Yesterday we were reading from maybe in the evening I'll read that quote. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that the holy name and directly seeing Krishna is the same thing. Did you all chant it? He saw Krishna directly? Yes or no? I can't hear you.
No.
So the whole purpose of today's discussion is that you please take some time, contemplate about yourself, be realistic, and then start from there. If you already think you are a Madhyamadhikari, what is to be achieved? What is to be achieved? Uttamadhikari. Now, some of you are already in Uttamadhikari. Now, if you are convinced you are Uttamadhikari, what is that to be achieved? Is there anything to be achieved? Yes or no? No, you have achieved everything. Now, Mahaprabhu is saying that Gadadhar, you are so fortunate. So much love for Krishna, I do not have a tinge of love. This pastimes of the Lord really teaches a very valuable point, that we have to be realistic. Yes, in order to do service, some of us have some responsibilities, some of us, have some position, or this and that, but in our hearts, we know. At least we should know that the devotees that Krishna has sent to us, not necessarily that we are senior. I'm giving the class. It doesn't mean the fact that you're sitting down and listening. It doesn't mean that I'm, advanced in Krishna consciousness in any way whatsoever. All of you are sitting here in the morning, listening to the class. You're much more qualified. If the service is done in the mood of humility, Krishna accepts that. Whether you're giving the class, whether you're listening, whether you have a garland or you don't have the garland. Now, this garland has been given to me. Right? I don't see anyone here having a garland. Now, when the garland is given, anyone gave you garland anytime? You got a garland sometime? You got? Never? So, see, when you get a garland, what is your mood? One mood is, okay, now you can take a photo, huh? That is one mood. You're senior, this, that. Or you can think before the class or someone gives the garland, my Lord, thank you. This is Lord's mercy. I hope that you let me speak something about the glories of you. This is Mahaprabhu's mercy. This is Krishna's mercy. How do you accept the mercy? Like this or like this? So, even if you have the position, how do you accept that? Just like Prabhupada, he cried in Mayapur while giving class, glorifying his disciples. He said, all of you have been sent to me by my spiritual master. I am so grateful to you, all of you. You've sacrificed so much. And Prabhupada began to cry. There is a class by Prabhupada where he says that all of you are representatives of my spiritual master. So some sentence Prabhupada says, all of you have been sent by my Guru. Other place Prabhupada says, all of you are my representatives. How humble a mood of the devotees. So please do some contemplation, do some introspection, and then start from there. It will help very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any questions on the topic that has been discussed today in the class? No other topic from outside. Is there a mic? Give it to her.
Hare Krishna. What a wonderful class. मुझे actually कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है कि कोई वैष्णव एक दूसरे से कभी कुछ ऐसा नोक-झोंक नहीं हुआ, मन में किसी के बारे में सोचा कुछ और उसको देखकर नहीं ओबेसेंस पे किए, मुंह घुमा लिए. ऐसे समय में हमें क्या करना चाहिए सामने वाले को? क्या हमारे साथ अगर कोई ऐसा बिहेव करते हैं, कभी कुछ ऐसा है नहीं, बट हमें भी नहीं पता कि वो ऐसा क्यों व्यवहार करते हैं. आज आपने बहुत अच्छे से बताया कि मुस्कुराना नहीं, ओबेसेंस पे नहीं करना. अगर अपने जूनियर्स को भी ये वैष्णव अपराध है, इसको हम कैसे ठीक कर सकते हैं? क्या उनसे डायरेक्टली जाके बात करना चाहिए या फिर हमें दंडवत करना चाहिए पहले सामने से?
इस भौतिक संसार में कोई भी परिस्थिति या हर परिस्थिति से हम कुछ सीख सकते हैं. कुछ भक्त गलत किया, उनका जो गलत काम है वो गलत काम से हम कुछ सीख सकते हैं. उन्होंने ऐसा किया, मुझे ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए, मैं नहीं करूँगा. वो सीनियर डिवोटी था, वरिष्ठ भक्त था, और ये भक्त प्रणाम नहीं किया, सम्मान नहीं दिया. मुझे ऐसा नहीं कर, मैं ऐसा नहीं करूँगा, मैं सम्मान दूंगा. कोई खराब कोई व्यवहार देखकर मुझे निरुत्साहित नहीं होना है, मुझे अच्छा भक्त बनना है. आपका गलती का वजह से मुझे डिस्करेज नहीं होना है. हे प्रभु, मुझे वे क्षमता दीजिए, ये हमारा मनोभाव होना चाहिए. ये पहला चीज. दूसरा चीज है, जो भक्त गलत किया, यदि आपका दोस्त है तो आप अच्छा से उनको समझा सकते हैं. यदि वो भक्त आपका अंडर है तो बाद में उनको बुलाकर आप समझा सकते हैं उनको. There's two things. One thing, you become very careful when you see something, that you don't make the same mistake. And second thing is, with the mood of a servant, leader servant, or servant leader. How do you say? Leader servant or servant leader? Servant leader. The servant, in the mood of a servant leader, you try to help the devotee who has done that mistake. That's all. When the rectification is done in this mood, everyone becomes very peaceful. But I am more concerned about to see that I don't get affected by his bad behavior. I don't become affected. That is very important. Or he didn't behave properly. Why should I do it? ये मत करना है. वो गलत किया तो आपको गलत करना नहीं चाहिए. आपको सही करना है. आप सही करेंगे तो हो सकता है उनका हृदय में कुछ बदलाव आए बाद में. He can change. So do it in that mode, becomes more peaceful. Overall, just cool down a little bit, Just cool down. Just, English में बोलते हैं ना, hyper. Don't become hyper. शांत. How we can become very enthusiastic in devotional service with so much passion, love and everything. Yet, we are very, what is the background music? But we are very peaceful. Very peaceful. Anything else? Yes, can you give the mic?
So I just have one question. जैसे कि आपने बताया कि हमें इंट्रोस्पेक्ट स्पेकुलेशन करना चाहिए अपने बारे में. So ऐसा मैं सोच रहा था कि as the time is progressing, so हम चीजें कुछ सीखते जाते हैं, नई चीजें सीखते हैं. So when we become senior and we have used to that particular thing, let's say I have learned mridanga. So over the years, when somebody else is playing, a new person is playing, then that feeling starts coming that no, this is playing very wrong way. I'm more advanced than him. So this feeling starts coming up instead of becoming more humble and like, oh, let's he needs some more time. Like something there. Instead of becoming humble, I'm becoming more proud and how it can be taught. I just give one example there.
Yeah, got it. See, the thing is that we said, what is the meaning of ISKCON? And the conclusion was that all of us come together, all humans of the planet come together. That is international, right? So there's a society of people from all over the world, and the business is to become Krishna conscious. So do things that makes you Krishna conscious. What you just explained, that definitely doesn't make you Krishna conscious. But you are a better mridanga player. Okay? For example, you are a better mridanga player than someone. Help him, no? Help him to learn more. That's all. Krishna has given you something, you share. Not in the mood of I'm better than you, ha ha ha. Not like that. But okay, I know a few bits more. I have these bits. Maybe you can pick it up. It'll be nice. I think you can do a very good job. I learned this from somewhere. Here's the bits. Please learn. Those who are mridanga player, you give the example of someone feels he's a better mridanga player. When you're born, you were born with a mridanga? No. You actually learned mridanga. And at one point, you were not that good too. अब तानसेन नहीं हो ना और जाकिर हुसैन नहीं हो. So you also have to go through that. Very new, you didn't know, and then slowly with the practice, you became somewhere. That devotee who's not playing so good, he's just going through the process. So help him. I remember this was many years back, maybe 83, 86, 87, 1986, 87. So Maharaj took us to Calcutta for Rath Yatra, you know, Rath Yatra. And I am not a singer. I remember it's like, but the person who was supposed to sing, he didn't show up. One of the Gurukula boy, he got sick or something. So I went to the stage. I'm a mridanga player. I learned mridanga, but I used to sing a little bit here and there. And Maharaj told me, today you do the kirtan on the stage. And I was like, what? I still remember that kirtan. And it was so embarrassing because my voice wasn't matching with the harmonium. So scared. And I remember my hand was shaking, everything was like, it was kid now. Although 13, 14 years old, yeah. He was a huge public and Maharaj sitting in the back. It's like, it's okay, you can do it, you're doing really good. It took so much time. I'm still scared to sing in front of the devotees of Dhanbad. You guys are so good. The moment as a kirtaniya or as a mridanga player, the moment you think you can do nice kirtan, gone. I'm telling you from my experience. One is doomed. Kirtan is something, it's supposed to be done with such humility from the heart. Any tinge of this so-called egoistic thing or so-called talent, more I'm talented, this, that, it comes into the mood of kirtan. It's just not there. It's not there. So my humble request to you, this same principle applies to everything. Whether you're doing cooking, you're doing management, or you're doing deity worship, you're doing some service, everything is supposed to be done with that mood of pleasing Krishna. Any other thing comes in, I'm better than you, you're better than me, you know. It's a problem, I tell you. I don't know if I give you the example here, but I was the CEO of MAYAPUR for many years. And as you know, Mayapur is a very big temple. So one devotee is there, two devotees actually. One devotee used to be, I'm not sure what they do now, but we used to have one devotee in Panchatattva temple giving Charanamrita, and one devotee in Radhamadhav's temple giving Charanamrita. That's their service. That's all, that's their service. You know, after breakfast you come and give Charanamrita till the temple closes. And then again you come at 4 o'clock and then 4 to 6:30 you sit. It's a very simple service, no? Is that very complicated? Just giving our Charanamrita, you have to be highly educated, so talented. But I see so much problem there. So much problem. Just giving out Charanamrita. So much infighting. I'm not going to sit there, you sit there, I want to sit in front of the Vishnu Radha Madhav. Yes, like. So, if you want to make things complicated, and a simple thing like Charanamrita, giving Charanamrita out, can be very, very complicated. But if the service is done in a very nice way, you can manage the whole country, yet everything is so nice. The mood is very important. Mood plays a very important role in our service. All right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki